Welcome to JC Stocks and Markets Podcast for May 31st, 2025. I'm JC, been investing in the stock market for 40 plus years. Every other week I publish a new idea on YouTube regarding new stocks or ETFs that I research, and I usually do this on every other Saturday. Just sharing because I'm researching new investment ideas. My intentions with these podcasts are to share my thoughts and opinions on some stock and ETF picks with an emphasis on dividend-paying securities. I just want to share investment ideas so that you and I can maybe make a buck. Not doing this for money for anyone. The opinions shared here are my own, and they are just that, opinions. I invest in many of the stocks and ETFs that are featured in these podcasts, like the one today. Disclaimer, do your due diligence before investing in anything. With that, let's go make some money. Episode of JC Stocks and Markets Podcast, we're going to feature SPYI. It's the NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF. This ETF, they hold the S&P 500 stocks, trying to mimic the S&P and use that as the underlying equity for a covered call strategy. And what I did was I got rid of a couple of technology, which are higher beta, and they were actually paying lower dividends. We'll see this one. This is way more steady in terms of equity price, net asset value, and you'll see that it pays a higher dividend. I think this is a really slick fund. What they do is they generate high monthly income. They use the underlying constituents of the S&P 500 index, and they use a data-driven, and it's very actively managed option strategy, mostly covered calls. This is kind of one of the key features of this is it's tax efficient. They use index options, and they basically use that, and they call it the distributions are returning capital. They seek to upside some of the upside potential of the S&P 500 by holding the underlying equities of the index, all 500, and of course they're actively managed. As you can see on this first slide, this has been around since 2022, almost 3 years now, and the fund itself has done pretty well. It's been mostly dividend distributions, and not dividends, but actually returning capital, but they are monthly distributions, and it's about 11%. Pays about 1% a month is really what it pays, and I'll show you that in a second here. One of the nice things I like about the NEOS funds is they're fairly low in terms of the gross expense ratio. This one's at about 0.68%, which is fairly low. You can see the assets are about $3.5 billion in assets, which is good, and they pay monthly. This next slide is really a compilation of all the distributions, monthly distributions. It varies depending on the month, but it's anywhere from about 45 cents a share to a little over 50. 52, I think, is the highest one, 52, and that's a bit over 1% per month. Pretty good paying, and you're going to follow the S&P 500 with a lower beta because of the covered call strategy. I really like this. This is slick. And you can see from the 6-month chart that it's gone down a little bit, basically following the S&P. But in the next chart, you'll see that it kind of is fairly even in terms of net asset value. High volume is what I want to show here. It trades over about 1.3 million shares per day. PE ratio pretty much tracks the S&P, and the yield is almost 13%. I like that a lot, and we'll show you on the next slide. On this slide, you can see this is the monthly candlestick chart, and pretty much it's been pretty even for the 3 years, while paying out nearly 1% a month or more. Which, hey, you want to preserve capital, you want to get distributions. That's where I'm at in my life. I'm trying to get myself set up for retirement so we can get some monthly income. This is a great vehicle to do so. That was a short overview of the SPYI. Like I said, they use a pretty good covered call strategy mostly covered calls. What I suggest you do, if you have any interest in the SPYI, is go to the NEOS fund site, and it's neosfunds.com. They have some great videos and podcasts regarding all of their ETFs. They have SPYI. I'll give you a twofer. They have a QQQI if you want to take on a little more risk. There's a whole myriad of single share ETFs that do cover call strategies. I don't suggest that; those are pretty risky. But go to their website. They have a ton of information if you want to understand these funds, how they work, how they operate, what their tax strategies are for the investor, etc. neosfunds.com. With that, I'd like to say thank you for listening to JC Stocks and Markets podcast. Hope you got something out of it. If so, great. If not, maybe next time you'll see something you like. The intro and outro song is a song called "She's the One" by a band I used to play in, Just One Goat. The band members did the magic. I wrote the song. It has a lot of great meaning to me. With that, thank you for listening to JC Stocks and Markets podcast. Happy investing. Bye now.
Beautiful, but I know my way back home. A loving girl is physical, but I never have to roam. Well, she's always there for me. It's simple, can't you see? She's the one. Oh, she's the one. Everything is magical, even when she's not around. No, it's not that radical, I just know what I have found. Well, she's always there for me. It's simple, can't you see? She's the one. Oh, she's the one. She's making my life so much stronger. God, let me stay just a little bit longer. She's the one. Yeah, she's the one. Really is a crime. I've wasted all this time. She's the one. Oh, she's the one.